Okay, y'all. Hi, long time. Today I was gonna take you through something. We talked about a regular talk about water filters and how important it is to have access to clean water, and that it's ultimately a bit. It's not economically viable to buy bottled water from the store. You get a whole lot more pollution, plastic everywhere. The water is basically just tap water, and you pay more for it than a gallon of gas at the gas station, just for clean tap water. So, well, it's not so clean either if you look into it. Uh, which is why water filtration makes a lot of sense in an off-grid environment like what I'm in here currently. Um, what I've done, that I've shown a little bit, is I can rely on well water, but I need to get a long hose. In the meantime, I just harvest rainwater, and rainwater is really not that. Um, uh, it needs to be filtered. You can always use it in a pinch and for whatever, but it's not something you want to have as your main drinking water source unless you can filter it. That there's a lot of um, pathogens can be found in rainwaters and microbes. Lots of stuff can be found in rainwater. Um, Even in regular brook water, which is I would say relatively safe to drink, um, especially in the late summer and into fall. It's more hazardous unless it's really flowing hard, which it might do this year. It is if it's slow moving water from the mountainside. You don't know, mice, rats, lemmings can have fallen into it, and it's yeah, but it's relatively safe. Don't get me wrong, but what you want to rely on in your home, whether you're on grid or off grid, is that whether you draw water from your own well or not, you want a water filtration system. What I have here is the simplest, or you can always make it even more simple. But this is your garden variety gravity feed water filter. It doesn't require any leads or hookups or anything. It just works by itself. It's two chambers, one on the top that you can detach, and a bottom well, and a spigot, so you can take it out like this. But this, from this size, and I would say whole house, which is something I'm gonna do. Um, when I'm done with this video, I'm kind of fixing to use these filters and make a bigger one for myself. And this is going to be the top chamber. It's easy to lift off, and as it turns out, it's got a couple of holes. I don't know if that. Yeah, there's rusted holes. So that's going to be a nice top chamber, but that's for some other time. So the process I wanted to take you through today, just to show you how simple it works and how effective this particular pair have been, that I gotten hold of from James McCanney. This is website. You can write jmccwaterfilters.com, and then you get right to the shop page for these kinds of filters. Okay, so Well, typically, the water that needs to be filtered, you pour in at the top. Uh, can tell you something about these filters, where they are now, and how much I've been using them. These I've been using for practically 3 years, I suppose. So a very long durability. Lately, since last fall, yeah, this winter I wasn't living here, but I'm back. So these filters here, they got they've clogged up over the years. Usually I take them off and clean them. I just want to show you. I've been putting these through the motions, I'm pretty sure I can use these again, but they needs a lot of cleaning. But for practical purposes, so you know, I've not been too diligent in pre-filtering the water over this time, and usually I'm going to pour this out, but I just want to see all kind of the slug that gets into it. There's a lot more dirt ingrained in here, and you can see also on the sides. Yeah, that's that water. I'm gonna clean that out. But this is what it has been filtering. Just want to reassure you that these are high quality filters. That's what comes out at the bottom. And that's just so neat that in such circumstances, there's just no, cannot be stressed enough how important it is to have clean water. At any, that's you know, it's a human right. Like me, for instance, I since bottled water started coming and appearing in the shops, maybe like 25 years ago or something, I would just no, I'm never going to pay for water. That's a human right, and I think it's. Yeah, we talked about that. It's a business, but that's not something I would like to be part of. Um, you can market clean your water, your local water source, and be proud of it. I guess you can sell some of it within means, but this commercial, like we are talking about, like it's more expensive than gasoline. I think it's ridiculous when what you actually need is just this thing. You need the water to be filtered. That would be much better for the environment. It's an ethical way of, you know, making sure that people are better able to take care of themselves under any circumstance. So I can also feel a massive since these are now so they've been water, so these this is much more heavy. It's kind of funny. You can see how dirty this is. I reckon I can likely use like a brush like this and get off the worst of the gunk, but if I really want to clean them out, that like I want to, I believe also I'll be running filtered water, like, and have them filter clean water over and over and over again. just recycle it, so it kind of runs out those things that clog up inside here. Also have to add, there's actually not so, you can clean this down. It's a composition of this. I think it's well, it's not just clay. It's a mineral composition baked into clay. So you can brush it out. I've heard those stories. I've not tried it myself, but since this is not something you readily get off the shelf in most stores yet, can't figure out why. Suppose people just not been geared toward thinking in those ways. Wow, it's dirty. It's dirty. But that also shows you some of the quality of these filters that I'm using from James. He's been through a whole lot, as have I, different makes of models. Stereosil, super stereosil, carbon fiber, not carbon fiber, the black charcoal ones, which are the worst. So, and these are the best I've tried. Dalton filters I've tried, the original British make. So it's maintenance, you can see, is pretty easy. I like to scrub it a little bit. I don't have to use filtered water for that. I just wash in some I already have here. We also have some the filtering holes, like so. Kind of reminds me of the Muppet Show with the Swedish cook, like hoody, washing and splashing and just fooling around. But yeah, I cleaned it out pretty good, as you can see. I'm still recording, I hope so. Would be hard to make another recording. Yeah, good. Appreciate it. So there we have that. Yeah, I just want to just before, you know, this is clean water. It tastes really great. It really does. Many years ago, when I had that comms thing going, that the art project that went amok, I had this on display, and I just wanted, just for fun, to see if it would work out to filter Coca-Cola. Well, I think I had poured in a full bucket of Coke, and the filters, it filtered out, not entirely. There's so much sugar in Coke that the filters clogged up entirely. But as I say, it's mostly from the outside. It also shows some that it's kind of access denied kind of a deal, but something gets through. The color of the remaining, the filtered liquid, it wasn't Coke anymore. It was more like sweet water, and that sweet water sensation, that I mean, yeah, I kept just having water standing in here, and in due time those filters opened up again. But it's not a way to treat filters. I do it just because I don't see so many people around thinking in this manner, and I think it would benefit a lot of you enormously into the future if you got hold of any of these filters and read up on the technology, learned to discern which products are quality and which are just garbage, because there's a lot of that on the market. And just show you how, yeah, now I have these fresh ones attached. They're good to go. Not again, huh? Yes. And yeah, these I can probably get hold of for you if you're interested, and also the filters. So let's see. Yeah, this is the rainwater. So well, you can see it's much. It's not as clear as what you had in the bottom after it has been filtered. You wanna see? Right. So I think that's a good attest to the quality of these filters. And like if you are a family of 4 or 5 people, you're buying water. You know how quickly you will have saved money by doing this. Not to mention. So yeah, that's also what I do. I of course, with brushing my teeth, I don't want fluoride in it, so I don't want municipal water, because in many cases there is fluoride already mixed in there from the water plant, believe it or not. This is the quandaries of the 24th century. So this is one make of non-fluoride toothpaste. It's excellent. I have this. This is like forever. It's forever living or something. Like they have some distribution going around that you can get hold of. That's but also in most natural health stores you can get it. Here in Norway, if you go to the apothecary, the drugstore, ask for the non-fluoridated the toothpaste. No, you get fluo. And fluo only is like. But in any way, there are ways to go around this. And when you find fluo-free toothpaste, buy a couple of 3 or 4 at a time, or whatever behooves you, because you don't know how long you have to till next time. That is how random it is to get over this kind of products in Norway. So hope that gave you a couple of good heads up about things you maybe not been thinking so much about, and that this video finds you in good stead. I'm thinking that I will make some updates before I brush my teeth. Quick weather update. We are now in late July, 24th. June, of course, turned out exactly as predicted. There was just about no water at all. We hit a couple of showers, minuscule, like misty showers at the end of the month. It was ridiculously dry down on the continent, as I also figured out. it could start to scorch, and in several places I've seen videos going around from the dry areas where it's really not good. So, but here in Norway, we're doing just fine. Throughout July, we had plenty of showers, and the soil has largely been replenished, and the water magazines are on capacity, so that's good. Electricity prices are down, but it still needs to be figured out. We cannot have what has been going on the past couple of years with the prices just going through the roof and leaving people without electricity. That's not a good way to run a well-functioning society, if you ask me. Over to the weather. Back to the weather. I say we could get really at the tail end now of July, in about a week's time. But I say as we go into August, there's going to be a big rain shower coming down. It's going to last, the 4 day, like in 4 days, you will have a lot of water, and then it will simmer down really drastically in the next few weeks before a little bit picks up again in the third week or so. But it could be like for hurricane season, it's not going to be the worst hurricane season in recorded history at all. But this at the beginning of August, and yeah, if there's bad weather, it's going to be bad weather. It could be natural causes. But for instance, I've seen several clips of videos around on the social medias of clouds hanging over towns and just looking like a tsunami. And those, I would say, insofar those are real, I think those are more like the results of weather bombing, like weather warfare type of technology. If you don't know so much about that, you can search around online, and I'm sure you find a good mix of conspiracy and reality in it, no doubt. But make no mistake, governments across the world have been researching on weather warfare for a very, very long time. This is not something new. So, and also I saw on the news there was some tornado in Italy or something, and that also kind of looked like something that could be a sort of manipulated kind of weather. I would also say with those kinds of storms, unless the conditions are right outside the planet for these kinds of technologies to work, the worst you can see is going to be bad for those people in the affected areas, but they are going to be very local, I would say. Those large manipulated storms, like Hurricane Katrina way back in its day, that they also come in conjunction with a lot of other factors that I don't think it behooves this conversation to go into detail here, which is mainly about this water filter again. Whatever comes up, if you go off grid or the power structure just breaks down, infrastructure breaks down, more than anything you want clean water. So this is the best way I know you can get it, is just to stay at home and filter it and not have to go out so much into uncertain scenarios to just get hold of some bottles of water. It would be that wouldn't be fun for Gran living in Paris, France, and there's riots on the street. You need to, sometimes you just need to be able to stay put and stay at home, and you don't want to you definitely want to stay hydrated, otherwise also over time. I tried once many years ago to do an exercise and see how long I dared to go without drinking water. And I went for a little bit over 2 days. I was with was with a group of friends who looked after me, which was good. Wouldn't have done it otherwise. It's really not something you want to play around with, but it's good sometimes to just know for yourself how the body reacts to such things, and if you do it, if you study it a bit and kind of feel it out, feel you know what you're doing. Also, there is a drink of water there, so you're not helpless, right? But I can just tell you from my experience that after just 2 days, well, a day and a half, my memory and attention spans went way down. I was stuttering. I was moving in one direction. I don't know what I'm going to have. And what time was it again? Just a complete mess. Just and that kind of accelerated, and like, okay, so I believe like also 48 hours, and no, I didn't. We didn't use, but I was over 2 days without water, and I think if I had gone a third day, I could really have put myself through some things that would not have been good for my health thereafter, so to speak. That I would think would have had lasting effects. Not saying that I couldn't have gone longer without water, but it would be at a high risk and also high stress for the people around me. So this was just an informal experiment, just for fun. So no need to carry it too far, right? I think it's a good attitude we all should be able to take with us into the future. That we can keep also see some humor in things also when we are doing serious stuff. So yeah, with that, hope you're having a good summer so far. Glad seeing you around, and as I say, I shall try to get back to some more regular programming now as regards recording these videos. Thank you for now, and see you again soon.